Hello everybody, and welcome to Foxfatase Bio. Today, we're going to be taking our first step into the microworld to have a quick look at what really lives within. Cue the intro. The microworld is a wonderful place. It's filled with all kinds of creatures and plants that you would never imagine are real, but they are. I think the only way to understand it is to really come in close contact with them, to dive right in. The only way to do that is with a microscope. Here's our portal to the invisible microworld. Through this beautiful piece of apparatus, the images are magnified potentially hundreds of times, and this is what will let us see the small boys we're looking for. In general, I'm going to be showing you videos of microorganisms that live in fresh water. That's because they're usually the easiest to find. Now, by fresh water, I mean any fresh water. So, puddles, lakes, rivers. Anything that's not sanitized may contain microorganisms in it. Here's how you do it. You just take some water, put it on a slide, cover it with a cover slip, position it, and you're ready to go. If you're interested in more details about this process, be sure to leave a comment below, and I'll come back to it soon. So, let's see what these microdudes are up to, shall we? These tiny swimming dots are ciliates. Ciliates are a group of protozoans that are characterized by the presence on their body of small hairs called cilia. Look at them moving so gracefully around that piece of moss. In a future video, I'll go more in depth about what makes this movement extraordinary, but for now, just know that they use their cilia to move around by beating them in a whip-like motion. That's one way of moving around, but what about this one? This is a bdelloid rotifer, and between you and me, they're probably my favorite guys to look at. I should say girls, actually, since every bdelloid rotifer ever observed has been a female. They reproduce by an asexual process called parthenogenesis, so from what we've seen, they don't need two sexes. Rotifers move in this worm-like fashion by gripping on surfaces with that forked appendix at the end of their body, appropriately called a foot. If we take a closer look, we'll even be able to see how they eat. Here's one of them up close. Now check out what she does. Oh, did you see that? She opened her mouth, exposing those flaps, called a corona, to be able to circulate water and bring food directly into her mouth. The corona is covered in cilia, like the ones the ciliates have. They move in coordination and permit this way of eating, called filter feeding. But not all microorganisms eat like that. Take this Chironomidae larva. You can actually see the food entering through its mouth and into its digestive system. I think it's also pretty easy to see how it moves around. See those claws? Those, together with the undulating movements of the larva, are what they use to move. Claws like those actually bring us right to one of the stars of the show. The main star. At least, that's what it looks like if you look online. The tardigrade. Also known as water bear or moss piglet, it has gained huge fame in the microbiology and microscopy communities, probably due to its, well, undeniable cuteness. And by the way, when I say fame, I mean it. It too has claws, but placed on 8 tiny legs that give it mobility. Another reason the tardigrade is well known is because of its resistance to extreme conditions, like extreme heat, cold, or pressures. We're going to come back to the tardigrades and to my fairly controversial opinion on them in a future video. There's tons more to discover, but I don't want to spoil it all now, so I think that'll be it for this video. I hope I gave you a good enough look of how amazing this world is that you want to come back for more. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and if you want, you can also follow me on Instagram and Reddit. And that's that. See you next Friday.